Hello, brothers, and welcome to the channel. The less you respond to nonsense, the more powerful you become. In a world drowning in small talk, superficial connections, and unsolicited opinions, some men choose the path less traveled: silence and solitude. These men, often referred to as Sigma males, are not antisocial, they are selectively social. With an unwavering focus on self-mastery and a razor-sharp understanding of human nature, they've mastered the art of ignoring people. Here's a fact: the average person spends over 2 hours a day on social media, often engaging with strangers and distractions that add zero value to their lives. For a Sigma male, that's 2 hours too many. To them, unnecessary interactions are like bad Wi-Fi, frustrating, draining, and entirely avoidable. But don't mistake their quiet demeanor for weakness. Their ability to walk away without a backward glance is their greatest strength. So why do these men seem to operate on a completely different wavelength, ignoring people with surgical precision? Buckle up, because what you're about to discover isn't just intriguing, it's brutally honest, slightly uncomfortable, and might even make you laugh at how much nonsense you've been tolerating. Number one, they know not everyone deserves access to their energy. Sigma males are highly selective about who gets access to their energy, time, and attention. They understand that not everyone they meet is worthy of their presence, and they don't feel the need to explain this to anyone. It's not arrogance, it's strategy. They've learned that the more people you let into your life, the more complicated and draining things become. Instead of spreading themselves thin, trying to please everyone, they reserve their energy for the very few who truly matter. Most people live under the illusion that they need to be accessible to everyone at all times, but Sigma males see through this trap. They know that opening yourself up to everyone invites drama, manipulation, and unnecessary obligations. If someone doesn't bring value, whether that's in the form of genuine connection, mutual respect, or meaningful support, they simply don't make the cut. To a Sigma, it's not personal, it's survival. This mindset allows them to maintain control over their lives. They don't waste energy on shallow relationships or people who only show up when it's convenient. They've seen how giving the wrong people access leads to being taken advantage of, whether it's emotionally, financially, or even just mentally. For them, saying no isn't hard, it's a skill they've mastered. Sigma males also don't buy into societal pressure to be constantly available or approachable. They don't owe anyone their time, and they refuse to feel guilty for choosing themselves first. It's this ruthless boundary setting that separates them from the rest. They're not cold or unkind, they're just smart enough to protect their peace. Access to a Sigma male isn't a right, it's a privilege, and only those who've earned it will ever get through. Number two, constant engagement equals constant distraction. Sigma males understand that constant engagement with others is a silent thief. It steals their focus, productivity, and peace. For them, every interaction, whether it's a casual text or a full-blown conversation, comes with a cost. They see endless communication for what it truly is, a distraction that pulls them away from their priorities. While most people view socializing as harmless, Sigmas recognize the cumulative effect of these interruptions. A few minutes here and there may not seem like much, but over time it adds up to hours of lost progress. Their approach isn't about being antisocial or rude, it's about valuing their time and attention. They know their goals demand focus, and constant engagement scatters their mental energy. Whether it's responding to messages, entertaining small talk, or attending unnecessary gatherings, these moments chip away at their ability to concentrate on what truly matters. That's why they opt out, unapologetically. They've also learned that not every conversation serves a purpose. Many people talk simply to fill the silence or seek validation, and Sigma males find this exhausting. They're not interested in shallow exchanges or meaningless updates. Their preference for silence isn't awkwardness, it's efficiency. To them, quiet time is sacred, and they guard it fiercely. By minimizing unnecessary engagement, Sigma males create space for deep thought, creative problem solving, and self-improvement. They've discovered that their best ideas come when they're not bombarded with distractions. While others waste time explaining themselves or trying to keep up with endless social expectations, Sigmas are busy refining their craft, building their future, or simply enjoying the peace of being left alone. Their refusal to engage constantly isn't a flaw, it's their superpower. Number 3, energy vampires are everywhere and they don't tolerate them. Sigma males are highly aware of energy vampires, the people who drain your mental, emotional, and sometimes even physical energy without offering anything in return. These individuals come in many forms: the constant complainers, the attention seekers, the overly dramatic, and the manipulators. What they all have in common is their ability to sap the life out of anyone who gives them too much access. Sigma males refuse to be their prey. They've learned to spot these people quickly. It might be in how someone always turns the conversation back to themselves, how they create problems just to feel important, or how they seem to thrive on chaos and negativity. Once identified, a Sigma male won't confront them or try to fix them, they'll simply disengage. To a Sigma, their peace is too valuable to risk on someone who brings nothing but stress. Energy vampires thrive on emotional reactions, but Sigma males don't give them the satisfaction. They remain detached and unbothered, which frustrates these draining personalities. By ignoring them entirely, Sigmas cut off their power source, forcing these people to look elsewhere for their emotional sustenance. It's not an act of cruelty, it's an act of self-preservation. Sigma males know that their energy is finite, and they'd rather spend it on things that matter: personal growth, meaningful relationships, or working toward their goals. They don't let guilt or social pressure sway them into tolerating someone who leaves them feeling exhausted and unfulfilled. While others might stick around out of obligation or fear of being seen as rude, Sigmas make no apologies for protecting their boundaries. To them, keeping energy vampires out of their life isn't just a choice, it's a necessity for their well-being and success. Number 4, they see through the performative nature of society. Sigma males have a unique ability to see through the performative nature of society, and they refuse to play along. They've observed how much of human interaction is based on appearances, manipulation, and shallow validation. From social media personas to office politics, they see how people carefully curate their behavior to fit in, impress others, or gain some form of advantage. For a Sigma, this level of inauthenticity is not only unappealing but also a waste of time. They've come to understand that many people are more concerned with how they're perceived than with who they truly are. The endless cycle of posturing, virtue signaling, and keeping up appearances doesn't fool them. They recognize that much of it is a facade, people saying or doing things not because they genuinely believe in them, but because they want to look good or avoid judgment. Sigma males find this exhausting to witness and even more intolerable to participate in. Instead of engaging with these shallow performances, they choose to step back and observe. Their detachment is not an accident, it's intentional. They see through the small lies, the fake smiles, and the carefully worded compliments designed to manipulate. This awareness makes them immune to the games that others play to gain attention or approval. Sigma males value authenticity above all else, and they refuse to compromise their integrity for the sake of fitting in. Their ability to walk away from society's superficial acts isn't about rebellion, it's about self-respect. They know that engaging in the performative aspects of society would dilute their focus and energy, so they opt out, choosing instead to live on their own terms, free from the exhausting expectations of pretending to be someone they're not. Number 5, their standards are ruthlessly high, even for themselves. Sigma males have standards that are unapologetically high, and they apply them to everyone, including themselves. They don't settle for mediocrity, fake gestures, or half-hearted effort. For a Sigma, life is too short to tolerate anything or anyone that doesn't align with their principles, goals, or vision. This isn't arrogance, it's self-respect, and it's the reason why they're so selective about who they let into their world. When it comes to relationships, whether personal or professional, Sigma males are clear about what they expect. They look for authenticity, loyalty, and value. If someone falls short of these expectations, they don't hesitate to walk away. They're not interested in people who talk big but fail to back it up with actions, nor do they entertain those who bring unnecessary drama or inconsistency into their lives. Their high standards also extend to themselves. Sigma males hold themselves accountable for their actions and decisions. They push themselves to grow, learn, and improve every day. They know that to demand excellence from others, they must first embody it. This relentless pursuit of self-improvement is part of what makes them so particular about the people they surround themselves with. Some might see their approach as ruthless, but Sigma males see it as essential. They've experienced the chaos that comes with lowering their standards, wasted time, broken trust, and missed opportunities. They've learned the hard way that compromising their values for the sake of pleasing others only leads to regret. By setting the bar high, Sigma males ensure they attract the right people and opportunities into their lives. They would rather have a small circle of genuine, high-quality connections than a wide network of shallow, untrustworthy ones. Their standards aren't negotiable, and they're perfectly okay with that. Number 6, attention is their most precious and limited resource. Sigma males understand that attention is one of the most valuable resources they have. Unlike money, they can't earn more of it, and once it's spent, it's gone forever. That's why they're incredibly careful about where and how they invest it. They refuse to waste their limited attention on meaningless conversations, pointless arguments, or people who don't deserve it. Every moment they spend focusing on the wrong thing is a moment stolen from something that truly matters. They know the world is full of distractions, all fighting for their focus. From constant notifications to endless social obligations, it's easy to get caught up in things that add no real value. But Sigma males see through this. They understand that giving attention to the wrong people or activities dilutes their energy, making them less effective at achieving their goals. So they choose to be intentional. This approach isn't about being cold or dismissive, it's about prioritizing wisely. Sigma males have learned that most people and situations don't deserve the level of energy and focus they demand. They know that just because someone wants their time doesn't mean they're obligated to give it. By guarding their attention fiercely, they maintain control over their life and their priorities. They also understand the power of attention in relationships. They don't shower people with constant validation or mindless engagement. Instead, they offer their attention sparingly and intentionally, making it far more meaningful. This selectiveness often makes others value their time and presence even more. In a world where people give their attention away too freely, Sigma males stand apart. They know its true worth and refuse to waste it. To them, attention isn't just a resource, it's a tool they use to shape their lives deliberately and effectively. Number 7, they spot hidden agendas instantly. Sigma males have an uncanny ability to see through hidden agendas. They don't take things at face value, and they rarely fall for surface-level charm or well-packaged words. Their sharp intuition and keen observation skills allow them to detect when someone is not being genuine, no matter how subtle the manipulation might be. They've learned, often through hard experiences, that people don't always say or do things with pure intentions. It could be a colleague pretending to be helpful but angling for personal gain, a friend fishing for favors under the guise of care, or even someone offering unsolicited advice with strings attached. Sigma males recognize the red flags before most people even notice there's a problem. They pay attention to inconsistencies in behavior, tone, and timing, picking up on the little things that others overlook. This awareness allows them to avoid falling into traps set by those with ulterior motives. Once they sense a hidden agenda, Sigma males waste no time cutting ties or disengaging. They don't confront or call people out, they simply withdraw their energy and attention. To them, it's not worth the effort to explain or argue, they'd rather move on. This quiet exit often leaves manipulators confused and powerless, as they rely on emotional reactions to gain control. Their ability to see through agendas also helps them stay focused on their goals. By avoiding people who try to exploit or derail them, Sigma males maintain their independence and peace of mind. They don't let anyone distract them with false promises or empty words. Their clarity and decisiveness keep them a step ahead, ensuring that only those with genuine intentions make it into their lives. It's not about distrust, it's about protecting their priorities and preserving their freedom. Number 8, they've been burned by the consequences of oversharing. Sigma males know the consequences of oversharing all too well. They've been there, opening up to the wrong people only to have their words used against them, twisted, or shared without permission. These experiences have taught them a hard truth. Not everyone deserves to know their story. Now they approach their privacy with a level of caution that others might mistake for secrecy. They understand that sharing too much too soon can invite problems. The more you reveal, the more vulnerable you become to judgment, gossip, or manipulation. Sigma males refuse to hand anyone that kind of power over them. They've seen how quickly confidences can turn into weapons in the wrong hands, and they have no interest in repeating that mistake. Their silence isn't about hiding, it's about self-protection. This restraint also comes from their awareness of how people perceive information. In a world where everyone is eager to share their opinions and lives online, Sigma males see the dangers of oversharing amplified. They've watched how revealing too much can lead to misunderstanding, envy, or even sabotage. For them, privacy is power, and they guard it fiercely. When they do choose to share, it's deliberate and with people they truly trust. They value deep, meaningful connections, but know that not everyone is capable of reciprocating that level of authenticity. To the Sigma male, there's freedom in knowing that only a select few understand their true self. Their choice to remain reserved isn't about being closed off, it's about controlling the narrative of their life. By keeping their thoughts, plans, and feelings to themselves, Sigma males ensure they stay in control, avoiding the chaos and drama that often comes with letting too many people into their world. For them, silence is strength. At number 9, fake friendships are a waste of time and they won't entertain them. Sigma males have little patience for fake friendships, and they're not afraid to walk away from them without hesitation. They value authenticity above all else, and they can tell when someone is only around because it's convenient or beneficial to them. These friendships are often built on shallow exchanges, a constant need for validation, or a sense of obligation rather than mutual respect and genuine connection. Sigma males can spot this from a mile away. They don't waste time pretending to be someone they're not, and they expect the same from others. A friendship that's based on surface-level interactions or unspoken expectations doesn't hold any value to a Sigma. They've been there, done that, and learned the hard way that these kinds of relationships only lead to frustration, disappointment, and a sense of being drained. Why invest energy into someone who isn't offering anything real in return? For a Sigma, time is far too precious to be spent maintaining connections that don't serve a higher purpose. They're goal-oriented, focused on self-improvement, and committed to building relationships that are meaningful and enriching. Fake friendships not only waste time, but they also pull them away from what really matters. The person who constantly takes but never gives, or the one who only reaches out when they need something, is simply not worth their attention. Sigma males understand that true friendships take effort, vulnerability, and trust. They don't want to be surrounded by people who are only interested in what they can gain from them. Instead, they choose to keep their circle small, surrounding themselves with those who share their values, who are authentic, and who bring something real to the table. If someone can't meet those standards, the Sigma has no problem walking away, because they know the importance of having relationships that actually add value to their lives. Number 10. They know most advice is useless, especially from the wrong people. Sigma males have a deep understanding that most advice people give is, quite frankly, useless. They've heard it all: be yourself, follow your passion, trust the process, and they've learned that much of it is nothing more than generic, feel-good fluff. They've seen how easy it is for people to offer advice without ever having walked the path themselves. And they've realized that advice often says more about the person giving it than it does about the person receiving it. For a Sigma male, advice is only valuable if it comes from someone who truly knows what they're talking about, someone who has lived the experience, made the mistakes, and learned from them. The unsolicited, one-size-fits-all kind of advice is dismissed instantly. To a Sigma, it's just noise, a distraction from what truly matters. They know that no one else's experience can be fully replicated in their own life. The world may be full of well-meaning advice, but only their personal journey can guide them forward. This skepticism also stems from their belief in self-reliance. Sigma males trust their own judgment over the opinions of others. They've learned to navigate their lives on their terms, based on their observations and experiences, rather than following someone else's prescribed path. They know that advice is often clouded by biases, assumptions, or outdated thinking. By ignoring the majority of advice out there, Sigma males maintain a sense of autonomy and control over their lives. They take what's useful and discard the rest. In a world full of people who think they have all the answers, Sigmas remain steadfast in their belief that the best guidance comes from within. They don't need others to tell them what to do because they already know exactly what's right for them. In a world that constantly demands attention, validation, and engagement, Sigma males stand as a rare breed of individuals who choose to carve their own path with purpose and precision. They know that not everyone deserves access to their time or energy, and they guard both fiercely. With an unwavering commitment to authenticity and self-reliance, they've learned the hard lessons of oversharing, fake friendships, and hollow advice. They understand that their focus, attention, and energy are finite, and they refuse to squander them on distractions or manipulative individuals. Instead, they invest in the few people and pursuits that truly align with their goals and values. What sets Sigma males apart is not just their ability to ignore the noise of society, but their incredible self-awareness. They know their worth and aren't afraid to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't add value to their lives. They reject the performative nature of modern life, opting instead for depth, independence, and a focus on long-term growth. Ultimately, being a Sigma male isn't about isolation or being aloof. It's about making intentional choices. It's about investing only in what truly matters and refusing to be distracted by the trivialities that most people waste their lives chasing. In a world full of shallow connections and empty advice, Sigma males are the ones who know exactly what they want, where they're going, and who they want by their side when they get there. They are the masters of their own fate, unwilling to let anything or anyone steer them off course. In this video, we dive deep into the brutal reality behind why Sigma males choose to ignore people. From protecting their time and energy to avoiding fake friendships and shallow advice, Sigma males have mastered the art of living life on their own terms. Discover the hard truths about how they navigate a world full of distractions, hidden agendas, and performative behavior, and why they prioritize authenticity and independence above all else. If you're ready to understand what makes Sigma males tick and how they refuse to settle for anything less than what aligns with their values and goals, this video is for you. Watch now and learn why Sigma males choose to stand apart from the crowd and live life with purpose. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content.